Hi, I'm Tina Santoro, creator of the Yonan Bo Saga, an epic adventure series full of captivating characters and an immersive storytelling set in a unique world. Today, we'll continue to take a closer look at the third book within the series, A Seers Past, where Yonan Bo has gone into a deep vision state, entering the place of the seers, known as the in-between. Deep within the heart of the sacred mountains, where the very stone breathes the echoes of the ages past, lies the winter caves of the Watcher people. These are not mere shelters from harsh embrace of winter, but living archives, etched with the forgotten sagas of creation and the whispers of a prophecy yet to unfold. Follow me through the narrow passageways as we delve deeper into the world of Yan and Bo. In today's video, we'll discover the wisdom of generations that is passed down, stories that share the ancient lore of their tales of their gods, heroes, and illuming shadows of destiny, knowledge that is stored within the intricate drawings on the walls. Among the Watcher people, there are those like Nikora, a warrior forged by these very mountains, whose steadfast gaze guards not just his people, but their traditions. Echoing through the warrior cave, a specific section within are recounts the genesis of their beliefs, including the enigmatic moon bow warrior prophecy, a tale clearly understood by his people to originate from the valley below before the great city was built. And through these ancient drawings and whispered histories, we glimpse the shadows of Ashta, a ruler whose reign was marked by both cunning and cruelty. He rose to power amidst the schemes of his own family. His name, notably placed next to a drawing of the moon covering and uncovering the sun, is deeply intertwined within the prophecy's timeline. So let's take a look back where we left off last time, with the banning of Lyanna and her sisters, and their priest husbands and their followers. Also, it's the beginning of the rule of Ashta. But before we do that, it's best to start at a better understanding of the winter caves of the Watcher people. A significant location serving as shelter, historical records, and a place for communal gathering and storytelling. Naturally dark inside, illuminated by a few small cooking fires and a large fire on one side. Smoke from the fires drift up and out through small angled holes in the ceiling. The cave contains multiple narrow passageways that lead to wider openings and a large pit area. One large opening area within the cave receives light from one big hole in the center, with a fire pit located directly below it. There are ledges carved into the rock for seating. The warrior cave is a specific section accessible via narrow passageways and a short distance from another huge opening area. Most of the cave walls are bare, but some selected areas feature drawings that serve as historical records, depicting several things like a map of the area showing the winter caves location, the plains, the salt flats where the great city is located, site Elfu is now, and a large body of water to the east of the bamboo fields, and a waterfall south of the low mountains. Scenes of people traveling and climbing up the mountains, battling oofs, and journeying deep into the other cave systems. Other images of people standing atop mountains with maps of the city of Avalazon as its building laid out below them, depicting of Avalazon's engagement in warfare with various groups on the mountain pathway, notably showing marked areas instead of the great city, indicating a time before its construction. Illustrations of Targnus's great grandfather, leading the Watcher people out of the caves and into the trees. They complete stories of the gods, the mother Peace, Father Chaos, Lu, Nenox, Alcoa, Lycanus, Holland, and Suna is recorded all on the cave walls. The Moonbow warrior prophecy is preserved on the cave walls within the symbols of the sun and the moon, and drawings of the moon gradually covering and uncovering the sun. The caves are used by the Watcher people for shelter, particularly during the harsh winters months, due to the warmth they provide comparing to living in the trees. There are places for the elderly women, like Targnus, to teach children the stories of their people, their gods, and ancient prophecies. They serve as intentional dwellings for the Watcher people before Targnus's great grandfather led them to the trees they currently live in. The drawings confirm that the Moonbow warrior prophecy originated from the city's side before the city itself was built. Events such as Yonan Bo's visions and telling of the prophecy to him and his companions are often taking place within these caves. The winter caves hold ancient secrets of intertwined fates, waiting for the eyes to truly see and the heart that dares to listen. Ashta was a significant and controversial ruler whose actions had a lasting impact on his community. His life and his reign are frequently referenced in Yonan Bo's visions and the historical accounts of the Watcher people. Son of Mandu and Suna, as perceived by the community, he was named Ashta by Mandu, conceived from a terrible fire that burned fiercely on the other side of Black Rock. His rule was marked by much turbulence and is referenced as the time of the Great Banning. He had a dream of the father god Chaos was coming and believed that he was the only one capable of stopping him. His rule led to difficulty in the annual travel. Site Atre was flooded and abandoned, and then later relocated. A sickness affected people on the Jaro at Site Atsi. Meanwhile, Yonan Bo encounters a younger Targnus and Nikora during a vision he experiences within the winter caves of the Watcher people. He finds himself deep within the passages of the winter cave. In this vision, he first sees a much younger Nikora, along with a younger Vern and little Regum. The boys are called by name and make their way towards a larger cave, where maps and past stories are inscribed on the walls. Inside the larger cave, Yonan Bo observes a younger Targnus gathering the children, including Nikora, for a story. She specifically calls out Nikora, saying, "Nikora, you most of all. Come, boys." Once the children are settled in, Targnus begins a tale, the first story ever recorded. This tale is about Lineage and a group of people who ascended to the mountains. They had been banished by the people of the valley below and were the first to discover these caves. Targus recounts that Lianu had visions and spoke of the Moonbow warrior and the prophecies from long ago. When Nagora is older, he recalls ancient tales from the caves about an important woman from the past, specifically a witch. This witch was banished by the people of the valley, and a small following came to the mountains where they discovered the caves. Yonan Bo is overwhelmed by this information. He had never been told about Lianu during his own time with the Watcher people, indicating a significant historical revelation for him. Yonan Bo visits Ashta during several points within his life. He comes to understand that Ashta was a significant figure whose childhood foreshadowed his later tumultuous rule. He was born into a complex family dynamic and displays several notable characteristics from early childhood. While still young, Mandu, his father, initiated Ashta's ruler lessons, emphasizing the importance of tracing their bloodline back to Babette. Despite his demanding nature, Mandu also observes a playful side in young Ashta. He was also seen mimicking hopping creatures and darting his tongue out, stealing away the cheese and putting it in his mouth, which Mandu found amusing. Ashta expresses a keen interest in the stories of the gods, pleading with Bandu to tell him, as he was already asleep when the others told the stories. He also questions his identity and the presence of deities like Lu and Holland. Ashta after Mandu's death. You'll have to buy the books to learn the details about the event. The after effects, which last decades later, a deed that is consecrated deeply within the traditions of the fish holiday. Yonan Bo discovers that Ashta was biologically the son of Garnu and Suna, but was raised and proclaimed by Mandu as his son to maintain the bloodline tradition. From early adolescence, Ashta exhibited a strong, demanding will. He famously declared, I am the ruler, and the ruler does not want more vegetables. I want meat, when presented with a food he dislikes. Targnus further elaborates on the history of the rulers and events depicted in the cave drawings. Navu and the priest feared Azon and his gifts, leading them to banish him and his followers. This was known as the First Banning. Azon was also the creator of Avalozon. She notes that the people of the great city were once the traveling people, known as the Travelers by the people of Avalozon. During his time as ruler, Ashta declared chaos as a new god the people must worship and demanded humility and obedience, positioning himself as the only one who could stop chaos. Most of the people were not pleased by his new decree and revolted. He banned all those who would not follow him and his ways, forcing a great number of people to leave the main group. This banning group went to the west, same past Black Walk. The event is known as the Great Banning. Targnus also points to a drawing showing the moon progressively covering the sun, identifying the ruler's mark at the bottom as Ashta. A significant event of a night within a day occurred. A priest prophesied the Moonbow warrior, the gods changed, wars happened, the great city was built. Targus then lists the lineage of the rulers: Babet, Navu, Ashta, Kule, Xingyu, and Pertu. She reveals that afterwards, the symbols of the priests were replaced by symbols of the healers, with marks of Xingyu next to it. Yonan Bo later learns that Ashta led the people up the hilly mountain to the Tree of Strength. During a rainstorm, he died from a horrific event. You'll have to buy book 3 yourself to be able to witness and see this event. His death was later interpreted as the chaos that was foretold, and that he faced chaos and died for it. Ashta is the father of Xingyu and grandfather of Vito. Later on, Ashta was regarded as the son of the sun god above, and was believed to have the powers to foretell the future events. He sacrificed for facing chaos and led his son Xingyu to establish new traditions, recognizing the head ruler as the son of the sun. Memory and legacy. The children in time call him Ashta, ruler over chaos. His rule is also used as a point of comparison or motivations for later rulers. His memory is deeply ingrained, influencing subsequent generations and traditions. As we step away from the ancient and enigmatic winter cave of the Watcher people, its silent walls hold more than just drawings and stories. They guard forgotten histories and chilling prophecies that echo through time. What role did the controversial ruler Ashta truly play in shaping these hidden truths? And what secrets lie buried within the terrible fires from which his name was conceived? His rule marked a very controversial time for his people, and he faced chaos and died for it, leaving a complex legacy. To unravel the ancient prophecies and understand the terrifying times to come, our hero, Yonan Bo, embarked on a quest that demands he must go back in order to move forward with wisdom. The revelations he uncovers in A Seer's Past will provide crucial context and understandings to the lives of many people, including the mysterious Watcher people themselves. Discover the full mystery and legacy of Ashta, the profound truths hidden within the past. Dive into A Seer's Past today. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.